Hi, this is Joanne again with another low protein video. This time we're doing some Santa pancakes with, so I'm starting out with the pancakes. This is called Mixquick, and it's basically a medical knockoff of Bisquick. Mixquick costs $17 on Cambrook's website. Bisquick is $4.95, so quite a price difference there. And if you want to help us out, you can visit nutritionequity.org and contact Congress. There's about 2 or 3 weeks left in this cycle, so before they convene for the year and the new Congress takes over. So I don't think we're going to make it this time, but it'll go into effect next year again, because I'm sure we're going to be fighting for it again next year. And so that's a lot of why I'm doing these. But anyway, I've pre-measured everything out for interest of time here. This is a cup of the Mixquick. Just pour that into the bowl, and then we have 2/3 of a cup of the So Delicious non-dairy non-dairy milk. This is coconut milk. Coconut milk is basically flavored water. So because this is not an allergy, we can have trace amounts of milk. With Honocystinuria, we basically have a problem with an amino acid in protein called methionine. Similar to PKU, they have a problem with a different amino acid called phenylalanine. And so every metabolic condition will have a different effect. Just gonna mix this up. I almost have it to the consistency I want. Sometimes the measurements are not always great, so I might add a little more of the milk in. Generally, if you use it as is, it's about 2.5 grams of protein, at least according to How Much Phe, with this recipe, because I am also using strawberries and bananas, and the bananas were actually the bulk of the recipe. The bananas come out to be about 0.96 grams of protein. There we go. So oven's already on, and it is on low temperature, and I'm just gonna put some of this on. And I will bring the camera over so we can see. And I have a little ring here that helps with the, I'm gonna mix this butter around so it coats the pan there. And I have a little ring here that helps with the measurement. It's silicone, so I can just stick it right in. Put on the right side. And I'll get rid of this. And okay, so hopefully this will stay in the ring. This is the first time I've used it. There's that. A little bit of it dropped out. we'll just let that cook. And in the meantime, bringing this back over here. This is how I have the strawberries and bananas lined up. So the top is going to be Santa's hat, and the bottom is going to be his beard. So I have them lined up in kind of like pyramid, except for the strawberry has the strawberries have a little bit extra because of the tassel on Santa's hat. So I will also be adding in some dairy-free whipped cream. Whipped cream doesn't have that much protein, even though it is dairy, but using the non-dairy does make it a little bit less. And so, if you haven't figured it out, most of these recipes are veganized. And a lot of them are gluten-free also. So, if you follow a different diet, which it is more likely you do, then you will have, then you can also adjust for this too. You can use regular milk, and also if you have a higher protein diet, and also you can, so that's the main one I know of is, and the Bisquick you can also use instead of the Mixquick. Because Mixquick is a medically prescribed food. Which is part of which is with the shirt I'm wearing. It is also available on Bonfire, and that is part of the medical nutrition. It is basically promoting the Medical Nutrition Equity Act, and there is a back to this too. That has all 50 states and the website. So I'll turn around here and show that off. And hopefully I can remove that now. Looks good. Now I'm going to grab a spatula and flip this. Should be about ready to flip. Maybe not. Yeah. Hopefully we can say that. But at least everything works. So if I have to, I can redo it. So I'll just let that go a little bit longer. And so there, so as you can see, even without eggs, there is quite a lot left. So we never use eggs in any of our cooking because it adds a lot of protein. It adds about 8 grams of protein. So if I were to use this as a regular pancake mix, it would probably be about 16 grams of protein. And that doesn't even count the fruits. So that's just milk and dairy. So it doesn't even include the Bisquick or any of the other flours or anything. Every flour we use is going to be a medical food. We use more starches if we're cooking regular than flours. But there is a site called Cook for Love also that we do use. for those who can't afford the medical foods. Because medical foods in most states are something you have to pay for. And pay for through the nose. And same with formula. We also take a medical formula. And that formula, I do have a video on how I mix that one, is also about $500 a bucks, and for mine anyway. It is a 1 week supply. I used to pay about the same price for a month's supply in a lot smaller box, but unfortunately, even though I like the camera one the most, and I have very few of them that I actually like, and it's not exactly easy to switch formulas because they also have to be medically prescribed, and you have to go through a doctor and go through the testing process and everything. So that's one thing I did capture on the shirt, is that babies are not the only ones that take formula. Hopefully, flip this now. This does look a lot better. There we go. Good. So, we are now flipped, and it shouldn't be long before I can put this together. So, for a different recipe, this is also something I happen to have by, but it is called Cheese Wizard, medical knockoff of Cheese Whiz. And that one is $10.99. Cheese Whiz probably might cost you $2 or $3 at the store. Again, medical foods are about 4 or 5 times the amount of regular food. And let's see. Might let it go a little bit longer. And one thing I did with chips will, the marshmallows and the chocolate chips will add to this recipe, so it might be a little bit higher now. But this is what makes up the eyes. And Santa's beard is normally covered, Santa's mouth is generally covered by his beard anyway, so, but I can get away with just using one of the marshmallows and cutting it in half. And so, well, I'm letting that go the rest of the way. And I have a cutting board over here. And sometimes I have some pretty big things, so I have a pretty big cutting board here. This is not one of those times. Let's see. So I'm going to cut that in half. And I'll need 2 chocolate chips. So they're dairy-free chocolate chips again. And so I'm using the Enjoy Life chocolate chips. Generally, I would be using Dandies also because it's gelatin-free. However, I couldn't find them in the store. So these are regular mushrooms, regular marshmallows. I can't talk today. Let's see. So, Let's see what I can do here. And that looks good. Let's turn off the oven. Bring this back over here. And put it together. And this is, by the way, 1 banana and about 8 mushrooms. I mean 8 strawberries, sorry. Here's the marshmallows I was putting on top. And then I have the Enjoy Life chocolate chips. And there's scissors. So I only need 2 chocolate chips for this. Generally, these recipes end up to be about 3 grams of protein. So I can just stick those in the middle of those and we're done. Well, except for the whipped cream. Let's see. And this is a Ready Whip almond milk whipped cream. That has not been opened yet. So take that off. Sometimes these work better than others, but yep, that actually works pretty good. With the exception, I got a little bit extra on the strawberries. So I'm gonna scoot this over a little and add in another strawberry. And there we go. Thank you for your time.